Okay, we're ready for part two of our presentation of some of the pottery from my wonderful show attributed Searching for the Unknown Pueblo Potters. In this segment, we're going to look at black on red pottery from San Ildefonso, Pueblo. There's reason for us to oftentimes think that the pottery of San Ildefonso began with Maria Martinez and her black pottery, particularly her black on black style of pottery. But there were two other traditions, a polychrome tradition at San Ildefonso, Pueblo. This wonderful piece is an example of that beautiful stone polished piece, predating 1905, and black on red pottery. So as we search for the unknown Pueblo potters, there's some relationship between these three pieces of pottery, I believe. The first piece has a very distinctive form. It also has very deep, beautiful coloration. It's a lovely example of black on red pottery, probably created for the art market, 1905, 1910. I believe this piece was made by Dominguito Pina. Dominguita was a wonderful potter. She championed this particular style, and her form of pottery very much like this. There's a wonderful illustration in Jonathan Batkin's classic book, The Pottery of the Pueblos of New Mexico, and the second page of the chapter on San Ildefonso that shows a piece of pottery by Dominguita, very similar to this one. This piece of pottery, also black on red, also very deep, beautiful red coloration, but notice the form, a little more elegant, a little more complex, starting with a very narrow base, coming up to a wide body, and a more exaggerated flaring rim. This piece of pottery, I believe, was created by Dominguita's daughter, Tonita Roybal, a wonderful potter in her own right, not as well known today as Maria Martinez was, but an exceptional and revered potter in her time. Some of the design work, at least the layout of it, is similar. Designs that could be indicative of clouds and rain. On Dominguita's piece, these zigzag designs also could be indicative of clouds, rain, storm, lightning. Tonita Roybal was also known for being very creative in her design work and creating designs of her own that weren't strictly traditional. She's much more of an experimental artist than her mother was. This wonderful piece of pottery is perhaps in a way a blend of the two. You'll notice that the form is a double-spotted form that's come to be known as a wedding vase, very common form today. Wasn't so common when this piece was made around the turn of the century, perhaps 1905, 1910. And notice that this one is illustrated with figures. In the first figure, the man is asking the woman something, perhaps, will you marry me? The reason I think that is if we rotate this wonderful vase around, there's the happy couple on their wedding day. Two possible explanations. One is that this was a wedding gift from the pottery family. Pottery family in this case, I believe, was again Dominguito Pina. Dominguito Pina, who made this wonderful piece of pottery. Her son Crescencio, who I believe decorated this, I believe decorated this one as well. There's a piece, or maybe two, I can't remember now, in the Smithsonian's collection that shows figures that look like this in a documented piece made by Dominguita, painted by Crescencio. This piece could well have been a wedding gift from the pottery family to the marrying couple at San Ildefonso, Pueblo. One explanation. The other explanation that was actually brought to me by Jonathan Batkin when he visited the gallery during a presentation we made for the Wheelwright Museum's Collector's Circle a couple of weeks ago was that pottery like this with figures on it were being made by Dominguito and Crescencio and being sold to the Golds and to the Candelarias for their early Indian art pottery galleries in Santa Fe, and that pieces like this did find their way into the art market for that reason. Either way, What we have are 3 pieces of pottery, black on red, a style of San Ildefonso that would die out as soon as the early 1920s by a family of wonderful potters who were known for this style of pottery, attributed to them. And we're grateful to them for creating these pieces of beautiful pottery that we still have today. Thank you so much for coming to my show. Have a good time. Look around, have fun, grab me if you need me.